The coronavirus pandemic has impacted how development organizations help local communities recover from long-lasting, multifaceted conflict. On top of COVID-19, communities in Iraq are dealing with an ongoing civil unrest, a new prime minister and government, and a refugee crisis with millions of people in need of basic services. Chemonics International's Iraq regional program had to creatively adapt their approach and have used social media to better connect with the communities they have worked with.
So our project in Iraq, the Iraq Regional Program, or as it's locally known, AfP's, works closely with local partners to implement quick impact activities that address community recovery priorities and promote an inclusive Iraq. We focus on accelerating recovery in ISIS-affected areas to allow for internally displaced persons to return safely, as well as strengthening the social fabric of local communities and expanding livelihoods.
نحن في العراق منذ الشهر الثالث مارس بدأت الحكومة بالبدء ببعض الإجراءات، تقييد الحركة داخل المدن، غلق المدن، بالإضافة إلى غلق الحدود مع الدول المجاورة. أدى هذا إلى توقف الزيارات الميدانية للموظفين الميدانيين لمتابعة المشاريع. بدأنا بفريق المتابعة والتقييم ببرنامج تعافي. أنا أقدر أجزم بالوقت الحالي أنه لا يوجد فرق من ناحية متابعة المشاريع قبل كورونا وحاليا بعد كورونا أثناء تقييد الحركة بسبب الطرق الجديدة التي تم ابتكارها للعمل. هذه الطرق تتمثل بالمكالمات الهاتفية، استعمال جميع وسائل التواصل الاجتماعي، بحيث بعض الأحيان التقارير والفورمات الصور مال المشاريع يتم إرسالها واستقبالها عن طريق الواتساب، عن طريق الفايبر. بالبداية كانت شوية صراحة صعبة، خصوصا أنه الصعوبة كانت مع الجهات المستفيدة. يعني المستفيدين ما متعودين أنه تصير معهم مقابلات عن طريق التليفون، وحتى بالتليفونات يحاول يختصر الكلام، ما مثل لما أنا أقعد يعني يمه نكتب أسوي معاه انترفيو. لكن كلها نصلها قلت لك بالطرق اللي احنا قدرنا نبتكرها كفريق المتابعة والتقييم بمساعدة شركاء. احنا المميز ببرنامجنا او حتى باغلب برامج الOTI اللي هي بها الموظفين الميدانيين. الموظفين الميدانيين يكونون يعني الداعمين رقم واحد الموظفين اللي خلينا نسميهم اللي داخل الأوفيس.
So if I just start talking about the benefits, they're really many. So when we go to the field, physically, we just collect like data from 10 people. Well, when we do it on social media, maybe we get 100 per day or even more sometimes or less. We reached more people from even the peripheries, not just the centers, the people who they are in remote locations.
We try to encourage people and build trust with them to answer without getting any information about their identity. Forms that we shared with pages, it was anonymous, so people can answer without fearing of security breach.
With social media, it's not just they freely can express what they want, but they can clearly also state the things that's missing in the community. We got even ideas for different projects. That is not just informing evaluation, it's also informing decision making.
Posting on social media needs to communicate with the social media pages, especially like Facebook pages. And you need to find out which pages have more followers so we can reach the broader audience. Some of them we could post it one time through them and then they asked for money to post it. We tried to find out other ways. It was something amazing that we had some well-followed pages in each area and some of them became our friends. So whenever we wanted to post something, we asked them and they posted for us.
In some areas, let's say, people are not feeling comfortable to leave negative comments on Facebook page of the grantees. I think 3 people were commenting on the grantees Facebook page, while more than 50 people were commented on a page is famous in Anwar. So it is just about having the balance and thinking about people's security and safety in these areas.
To make any survey through the social media pages, you should give to the community a brief written about your activities. They may not remember what is going on exactly. Some pictures should be included in social media. A language should be simple. Question should be simple overall. Even some written about the project outputs. Whenever you do that, people say, hey, yeah, this is happened really in my area, and I have some feedback about this.
When I start to design the survey, if I'm talking about a specific location, a park or a school, I will put in the first page a photo to remind them. Then I will go for a very simple language so that everyone can understand. A farmer, a school manager, people from the village. Let's say in Sinjar, people speaking a different language. They speak Kurdish, and in Anbar they speak Arabic. In Sinjar, we can go for the dialect of Kurdish. For making them to understand easier, we respect their language also. We respect them, we love them, they are part of our goal. We were thinking that people will not engage, will not provide responses, but we got in 3 days, I think, we got 60 responses and we got shocked.
The Iraqi community does really recognize the use of smartphones and social media because a lot of people had fled the country, so it became a culture. Now every family has someone who's living abroad or even in another city or displaced. Even when I talk about my parents, they were 5 years from now, they were only relying on the TV to get news or on people or on newspaper. Now they spend hours on social media, more than I do. Our team is really working hard on teaching ourselves how to approach the communities through online surveys. This is a skill that we really want to learn, and we are just adapting survey by survey and research after research. I personally want to know more how to target a very small community through social media, how to even focus on a compound of neighborhoods, the ages, the gender of the people that we want to target. So those are a lot of things that we're thinking about for post-COVID-19, because we think that we will still be using Facebook and other social media platforms after those restrictions just go away.
Social media plays a key role in informing how organizations could rapidly adapt to better serve vulnerable communities. Using social media to administer surveys and collect data help reach a broader audience, allow for more honest responses, and improve development organizations' response to at-risk groups.